Hello, I am Zoë Ryan and welcome to the announcement of the Core 77 2012 Award for Lighting and Furniture Design, and we are live from Chicago. I was the jury captain and I'm the curator of architecture and design at the Art Institute of Chicago, and this is where we are speaking to you from now, and I'm joined by two of our fellow jurors, Helen Maria Nugent on my left, who is the professor and director of the Designed Objects program at the School of the Art Institute, and Chris Force, who is on my right, who is the publisher and editor-in-chief of Design Bureau magazine. There were two other jurors, and I want to send their apologies on their behalf, who can't be here today. There was Defne Koz, who is a designer with her own studio, Zoë Koz Design here in Chicago, and Sam Vinz, who is the co-owner and director of Volume Gallery in Chicago. However, Helen Maria and Chris and I are delighted to be announcing the winners, the runners-up, and the notable mentions for this award. The jury was held last month in this very same room here at the museum. We had a fantastic afternoon and evening of discussion and deliberation. It was a very tough decision with some great entries. The discussion during the jury ranged from questions of material innovation to structural qualities, issues of sustainability, and of course, inventive visual characteristics. The submissions caused much debate and difference of opinion, but we were able to reach a consensus. With the student products, the winners of which we would like to announce first, we were very impressed with projects that were playful, that had inventive spirits, and attempted to introduce new ways of using objects that often put the user first. However, for both the student and the professional categories, we also looked for novel ideas, inventive rethinking of standard typologies, projects that were rigorous in both research and outcome, and projects that added value to the world and could potentially improve how we live, and which very much impressed us with their high quality, which we will talk about. So without further ado, as I'm sure those who have tuned in are dying to hear who the winners are, we'll start with the student category and we'll begin with the notable entries. They are in no particular order. We're going to sort of do a round robin of announcements. So starting off is Chris with our first notable entry.
So we had a ton of great student submissions, and the first one that I'm pleased to announce as a notable in the furniture and lighting category is the Bellow chair by Shrestha of the National Institute of Design in India. This was designed for Taksha Interiors, and we really loved this chair because it was designed for children. It was an upholstered chair with bright colors. It seemed like it'd be really fun. Its design and shape is based off of Bellows, so you could really imagine a kid just kind of jumping up and curling up in this chair. And so congratulations to Shrestha.
The second notable in this category is the Silicon Shade by Vladimir of Cranbrook Academy of Art here in the USA. As its name describes, it's a silicone lamp, and it really, we thought, took advantage of the tactile and visual characteristics of silicone. It was very soft and squishy. It gave off a very warm glow of light. And we felt like it would be something that the user would want to touch and move around. So for us, it became a very flexible light that could be hung or put on a horizontal surface. And we really loved its simplicity and its versatility. Quite a multifunctional object, so congratulations.
The third notable was the flat-pack polypropylene chair by Sina Sohrab from Rhode Island School of Design in the US. This is a polypropylene chair with steam-bent ash legs, and we really loved this chair. We felt that it didn't look like a typical flat-pack chair. The detailing was really well thought out, and it looked very, very strong. So congratulations.
The next notable is called Fidget, and it's by Sandra Turner of Rochester Institute of Technology in the USA. This was a really interesting object for us. It was a chair and a stool and a desk. Again, something designed for kids, probably to be used in schools. We thought what was quite incredible about it is that we could really imagine a kid trying to figure out how to use this piece of furniture and then being able to find all these different ways in which to work. Since kids are inclined to move around when they're doing things, we thought this would be a great solution. Clearly, she'd looked at kids working before. So we really congratulated her on understanding the user type that she was looking at and using a material that we think can withstand children. Congratulations.
So the next notable is a really fun piece of lighting called Bonfire by So-Yoon Kim of the Seoul National University of Science and Technology. It's shaped like a bonfire with each light actually has a textured kind of tree-like pattern on it. As you pull the logs away, the light gets brighter and brighter. So we thought it was a really playful kind of design. And as you're pulling away these logs, the light gets brighter. Congrats.
The next notable is Lumaru by Arttu Matti Immonen of Kyoto Institute of Technology. And Arttu Matti is a Finnish designer who's living in Japan, and he was very inspired by the long heritage of Scandinavian design. And this lamp was really ingenious. It had a fan at the bottom, and then it sort of ballooned up as the fan was put on. The top of the light ballooned, and then it sort of created this very amorphous shaped light that was constantly in movement. And we felt this was a very joyful product. It really diffused the light in a very nice and poetic way. And we thought this object was really something we felt that a company would take on and would really want to produce. So congratulations.
The next notable is actually a collection of objects called the Ready-Made Designed Objects by Max Quertz and Yannick Balzar of Germany. This is actually a collection of objects that are made from other objects that already exist in the world. And even though we all recognize that many people have experimented with ready-mades, we really enjoyed the humor that was present in these pieces. And there was a lot of irony in them too, quite a lot of tension between the mixing of the different elements. In one piece, a watering can is used as a coat hook, and the one that we probably enjoyed the most, axes are used to hold up bookshelves. They're actually hatcheted into the wall, which we thought would be really fun to put together. So we thought, even though it wasn't maybe an area where it was the most original way to think, we definitely believed that it was a strong collection because there was multiple narratives that were linked together. So congratulations.
So our next notable is a piece called Do Not Ignore by Chen Yi Ji of the University of Tasmania, who worked with John Hemming from Australia. And we liked this series of furniture actually because there was so much personality in the work, and there was a weird kind of awkwardness about its design and its creation that is kind of begged to be interacted with. And I think it plays into a lot of interesting kind of emotions, and there's also a psychological narrative there that we really enjoyed. Congrats. And
now for our first runner-up, which is the Moss Light System by Hong Ying Go of Rochester Institute of Technology. This light was really very much inspired by how moss grows and attaches itself to different surfaces. It looked almost like a butterfly, and on its winged surface was electroluminescent strips. And we felt that this light was really interesting because it didn't immediately make you understand how you used it. It kind of begged to be interacted with, so you could understand how you might clip it onto surfaces and use it in different ways. But it also looked like a piece of a beautiful object in its own right when it was just resting on a surface. Our only criticism with this piece is that we would have really loved to have seen some mock-ups and maybe some prototypes rather than just the digital rendering, so we could really get a sense of how the piece might look and how it might have played out. But definitely something very interesting, something we hadn't seen before, so congratulations.
The next runner-up in this category is called Elixir, and it's by Nari Huang from Oakland, California. This was also an OLED light. In this case, it was a very practical solution. It was a desk light that could clamp onto the side of your desk and completely fold away. So it was almost invisible when it was not in use. For us, we all thought this was a very clean, useful, and desirable product, something that literally we all can imagine using in our studios and our offices. We thought the design was particularly well thought through, even to the extent that there was an outlet on the outside of the light itself that allowed you to use the electricity that was being generated, used by the light when you're not using the light. Again, we wanted to give one little piece of criticism, and we thought that perhaps there could have been a more inventive solution for how it did clamp onto the table, and that it used the pretty standard connection that you see in most desk lamps. And we'd have liked to have seen some of the more clean, streamlined look from the rest of the lamp carried through into that connection. Mm-hmm. But it was a fantastic product, and we could see it on the market tomorrow and being very desirable. So congratulations. Mm-hmm.
All right, now I've got the honor of announcing the winner for the student category, which we debated forever on. Had a lot of fun actually talking about this piece of furniture. It's the Coolie by Julia Wolf and Felix Hafner of Germany. Woohoo! So we talked about this piece of furniture in all the ways that it could possibly be used. It's really a simple piece of furniture designed to be a seating object, a coffee table, a storage or a display unit. It requires the user to build it themselves. So it's really made up of a big steel basket with a board on top, and inside there are sandbags and bean bags and bungee cords where you can kind of pull things out and configure the piece of furniture the way you want to use it. And I think as a jury, we really like this because we could imagine it being great for a young person. It didn't seem like the kind of furniture that your parents would have. It also seems like the kind of furniture that'd be great for kind of a transitional living situation. So, you know, it could go from apartment to apartment. And we thought the way the bungee cords were kind of designed to be used was just really brilliant, you know, made the piece really flexible. And we liked, you know, just its kind of spontaneous nature. So congratulations to the winner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Now for the professional category. And our first notable entry is the Jacob Bookcase by Alessandra Clark and Nuno FS for Memeluca Design, which is in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. The bookcase, as its name suggests, was inspired by the Jacob's Ladder toy, which is made from wooden blocks which are held together with ribbon. And similarly, this bookcase can be configured in all different ways. It's made very similarly, and really its adaptability to different spaces, being able to carve out different spaces, but also create different compartments was something that we found very interesting. So congratulations.
The next notable in the professional category is a light called Desert Storm by Nir Miri from Tel Aviv in Israel. I hope I've said that correctly. This was a really interesting light, specifically because the material composition of the lamp shade itself was made from sand, compressed sand. The designer had fabricated all components of the lamp themselves, including the mold. And we thought it was a really interesting use of a material that we don't normally see being used for that purpose. And it actually created a very nice effect by giving very diffuse light through the lampshade. So for us, it was really especially the experimentation with materials that we wanted to salute. And one thing we would have liked to have seen is, now that he's obviously solved the problem of how to make that material do this particular task, we'd love to see more invention with the forms and the structures, because it seems like it could go really far. So congratulations.
So our next notable is Anisha by Lavori Associados for Foscarini. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. And so the Anisha is a fluid, organically formed ellipse surrounding empty space, which we were initially really attracted to, just the form of the shape. And we liked the idea that it was like an eternal object with a simple, mysterious form that transforms, you know, the defining frame kind of magically fills with light, and we just thought it was an interesting shape. The plastic ellipse is made of ABS with an LED bulb, and you use a dimmer switch to use the lamp, which doesn't alter the shape of the design, which we really liked. And we just really like the way the light frames that central space as a very elegant design. Congratulations.
And now for the runner-up. The first runner-up is the new Logica system by Gabrielle Centazzo for Valcucina in Italy. And actually, this was a new take on a design that was first launched in 1996, and it's a kitchen design with very ergonomic features. So it's made very friendly and intuitively to use, with easy to open doors and lots of compartments. And the designer has obviously really thought about how to create a space that looks great when it's in use, but also looks really fantastic when it's not in use and when the clutter is sort of moved away. It was a very elegant kitchen. We had a lot of discussion about this, and Chris had some great comments because he's a big cook, seemingly, and he thought that the kitchen looked like he'd really been designed for a cook who also likes to design. It felt very professionally well thought out, and obviously the detailing and the choice of materials we just found were very, very high quality, and just yeah, very, very nicely designed kitchen. So congratulations.
The other runner-up in this category is the Blush Lamp by Patrick Martinez for Parker's Box Gallery in New York. And we also had lots of discussion about this piece. Again, very different than the last piece that we gave a prize to. Blush, it's actually an ambient lamp that's embedded within drywall, and then it's painted over to make it invisible. So you don't actually see anything at all. You just see a surface of the wall until the light is turned on, and then it blushes, literally. It creates a glow on the wall. It was nice to see someone, and nice to see an entry where there was lots of photographs of the process of making and sketches and other things that helped us understand that this was a real project and not a rendering. We really liked that we hadn't seen anything like this in the category of design before, although this kind of lighting is, clearly much more well known in the category of art. It's obviously a very poetic take on ambient light. We love the fact that it was part of the architecture. And since we couldn't see any of the hardware, it really put an emphasis on the atmospheric possibility of light as opposed to the technical aspects of light. And we could really imagine this working quite wonderfully as a nightlight in a commercial setting like a hotel. So congratulations.
All right, and now for the winner. They've been practicing that all morning. So the winner in the furniture and lighting category is the Philips Free Street by Philips Design Lighting Team for Royal Philips Electronics in the Netherlands. Congratulations. This lighting system aims to clear up some of the clutter from busy urban landscapes. It completely eliminates the need for constant streetlight poles. Instead, it connects these large strings of LEDs through really narrow cables, which virtually turn invisible during the day. So you don't have that visual clutter throughout the day, which as a jury we really liked. And the lights, when they are on, seem to just kind of float midair. And there was some great imagery of these being used, and we really liked the idea of how it could really transform, a really cluttered landscape. We thought it was, an elegant design, also very efficient. We liked the way that, it really would become a ubiquitous kind of visual aid throughout the city that would be, elegant instead of seem to be cluttered. So we thought it was just, a great solution in the most unobtrusive way possible. So congratulations.
Congratulations. And of course, congratulations to all the winners, the runner-ups, and the notable entries of this year's Award for Furniture and Lighting Design. It was such a great experience for us all to be on the jury. Well done to everyone, and from us all in Chicago, thanks for tuning in, and goodbye.